every day I would be driving to work and I would always my hands like.
Special preview of Disney's new film, Saving Mr. Banks. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a huge Mary Poppins fan. So, yeah, but go ahead. It's okay. It's two. So I'm really excited about this film. I actually haven't seen it myself, so I'm seeing it for the first time with you guys here tonight. Who else is excited to see Saving Mr. Banks? A very special thank you to our friends at Walt Disney Studios for giving us the opportunity to have this preview tonight and throwing us this amazing party. I don't know if you guys have had a chance to meet Mary Poppins and Bert or some of our chimney sweeps, but I certainly encourage you to do that. It's a wonderful opportunity to meet with those friends. Enjoy some food and some punch, and we'll be heading over to the theater in just a little while. We've got some really special things planned for you in the meantime. So when we go over to the theater, I just a little piece of business here. We won't be taking your phones, so that's great. Yeah. Woo. But if you do have a camera, like my friend Larry down here in the front, it's a big camera, but if you have a camera or a video camera like this one right here, not that big, we had these enlarged for illustrative purposes, but we will need to just hold on to those for you before you go into the theater, so please keep that in mind as we head over there. Okay, so I'm going to give it back now, and enjoy the party and enjoy the film. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Erin. Appreciate it. All right, now, guess what? It is time for our Practically Perfect Costume Contest. So, let's remind you, we're about to bring up 5 semifinalists here right now. Each of our semifinalists are going to receive an umbrella, a copy of the Saving Mr. Banks deluxe soundtrack on CD featuring never-before-released demos and classic Mary Poppins songs by the Sherman Brothers, and that's available now. Our grand prize winner is also going to receive Mary Poppins on Blu-ray plus VIP seating in the theater for the premiere. Now, as I mentioned, I alone cannot be the one to judge here, so we brought in a very special fashionista to help us out with our judging. Please give a big round of applause to Joanna Riverstein.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was just talking.
Oh gosh, she's right over here.
I just love them. They're amazing.
Look at her. Big round of applause for Joanna Riverstein. Oh.
So good to be seen.
Oh my gosh. Look at you. You're
look at you, Kevin. I know. I haven't seen her for a while.
Well, you know what they say with me, who shot the couch? Okay, so, Joanna, I'm going to need your help with this. We're going to bring up 5 of our semi-finalists right now. Once you hear your name, we need you to come to the stage as soon as you can.
Yes, definitely.
Our first one is Chelsea Simpson. Chelsea, come on up to the stage, please. Here she comes. Our second contestant is Kathy Chance. Kathy Chance, come on up. Hi there, good to see you. This is Chelsea. Hi, Chelsea. Good to see you. Kathy, come on over here. Kathy Chance. Hi, Kathy. Come on up the side if you like to. All right. Also, Andrew Hawk Rattle. What a name. Andrew Hawk Rattle. Look at this. My goodness. Look at you. Very Madman. I like it. Okay. Andrew, come on down here so I keep everybody in order here so I know your name. Daniel, get up here. Oh, look at you, Daniel. Good to see you. Wow. All right. And finally, Elizabeth Williams. Come on up here.
I like to call
Elizabeth Williams, where are you?
Elizabeth,
all right, Elizabeth, come on up. Here she comes right now. Look at her. So nice.
Oh, it's my girl with sparkles we met earlier. We love sparkles.
Very good. A big round of applause for our semifinalists right here. Elizabeth, come on down here to the end. Look at this. My goodness, Joanna, any sort of, look at you all decked
I would love
out.
to tell you all about what they're wearing. Now, you look kind of like actually, you look so good that I'm afraid that Mary Poppins might be somewhere shivering, going, where's my outfit?
She just
That's
might.
what I think. You
She
look
just
wonderful,
might.
darling.
Love it.
And you look divine. I like the pop of red. I love red. Oh, and you, sir, ever so dapper, aren't you? Ding! And you, you could sweep my chimney anytime. Oh, need I say more, but sparkle plenty,
Well,
sister.
good. Very good, very good.
I can't possibly pick one. I love them all.
I'll tell you what, it's all so fascinating. Tell you what, we're going to turn it over to you guys to find out who our final grand prize winner is, all right?
Let's do it by applause.
Let's
what do you
do
think?
it by applause.
Okay.
Do you think it should be Elizabeth Williams down here? Give a round of applause.
A round of applause.
All right, let's move on down to Daniel Liu. What do you think of Daniel? Yeah, I don't think they liked it. Okay, how about Andrew Hockrattle? Very good. Let's see, Kathy Chance. And finally, Chelsea Simpson. Chelsea and Daniel, step to the front. You guys did an excellent job.
This is so
It's going to be down to this, all right? What do you think of Daniel Liu? How about Chelsea right here? One more time. I think we're going to have to give it to Daniel right there. Congratulations, you're a grand prize winner. Big round of applause for all of our contestants for helping us out. Congratulations. We'll make sure that you get all your stuff. You guys can head on down there right now. Would you like one more picture? Let's get all the gang. Come on up here. Want to get one?
Come on up. Don't leave so soon. Chelsea.
All right, Larry, we're going to have to do it real quick, all right?
All right, let's take a quick picture.
That's okay. You know what? Head on down, guys. We got to move on. Sorry about that. One more big round of
You can
applause.
take my picture.
Look at that. Wow. Hey, one more big round of applause for Joanna Riverstein. She helped us out.
Oh, never change. Change your clothes, of course, but...
Excellent. All right, guys, we're getting right down to it right now. Our prize winners are getting their stuff right now. And now, we're going to move on, yes, to our very special presentation that's about to happen. We've got our lovely Disney historian and artist, Stacia Martin, is going to come on up here. Come on and bring up that stuff for you. She's going to be doing a very special presentation for us right now that will give you insight into the music and magic of Walt Disney's Mary Poppins, presenting a songwriter's carpet bag. Please welcome Miss Stacia Martin. Come on over here. She's got some great stuff for you.
Everybody. I feel I should whistle too along with Spoonful of Sugar. Thank you so much for being here and for being part of this wonderful, wonderful evening. For those of you whom I don't know, my name is Stacia, and I have the great privilege of being a Disney artist and historian, and have had that privilege for a little over 35 years now. So sadly, I still wasn't at the Mary Poppins premiere in 1964, even though I have been here a long time, but we're going to bring that magic back to you tonight. Actually, even though my show is called A Songwriter's Carpet Bag, we'll get to that in a second. First, we're going to indulge in a little bit of time travel. So I know all of you are aware that Mary Poppins was originally released in 1964, but I'd like you to go back first to 1963. 1963 was an extremely busy year at Walt Disney Productions. The film Summer Magic, starring Haley Mills, was released. Sonia Flubber, The Sword and the Stone, an animated feature. The Enchanted Tiki Room opened here at Disneyland, and that was, of course, the birth of the audio animatronic system. On television, The Wonderful World of Color was running strong. The Mickey Mouse Club was in syndication, and as if that weren't enough, Walt was very, very busy building not one, not two, but 4 pavilions for the 1964 New York World's Fair. That resulted in Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln, It's a Small World, the Ford Wonder Rotunda, and General Electric's Progress Land, which was home of the Carousel of Progress. Who remembers the Carousel of Progress? Great Big Beautiful Tomorrow, that's right. Which is also a Sherman Brothers song, very much in our theme here. Well, what do you do when you're that busy? you filmed the biggest movie you've ever filmed in your life, just as the cherry on top of that. So that's when Walt said, I think we're going to go ahead finally, now that we have an arrangement with the author, P.L. Travers, and make Mary Poppins the motion picture. So London came to Burbank. I don't know if you know it, but every single frame of Mary Poppins was actually filmed in Burbank, California at the Disney Studios. There was no location shooting in London. And it really was a homecoming for a lot of the cast members of Mary Poppins because they were among their friends. Every single one of the principals in Mary Poppins was really from England, with the exception of Ed Wynn, who played Uncle Albert, Bert, of course, Dick Van Dyke, who was American as well, and Jane Darwell, the Oscar-winning actress who portrayed the Bird Woman. Everybody else was British. But the most perfect casting, I won't even say practically perfect, absolutely perfect casting, was of course Mary Poppins and Bert. Julie Andrews and Dick Van Dyke had a lot in common. They'd both been stars on Broadway. Dick Van Dyke had really knocked him dead in Bye Bye Birdie before he had his sitcom. And of course, Julie Andrews had made a splash in The Boyfriend, My Fair Lady, and Walt Disney went backstage to offer her the role of Mary Poppins after a performance of Camelot on Broadway. So they had the same kind of rhythm and the same kind of verb, I think, that really made them so well suited to appear together. Dick Van Dyke was very funny because he always thought that his success as a musical comedy star was a very big fluke, because he didn't really sing and he didn't really dance. He had to be kind of taught to move rhythmically, as his choreographer said, for Bye Bye Birdie, but I think he did pretty well after that. But Dick Van Dyke was cute. He said at the time of Mary Poppins that Julie Andrews, with her perfect pitch, was his perfect foil because he himself sang a quarter tone flat, so perhaps she balanced him out a little bit. Well, nobody complained, I have a feeling. Now, Mary Poppins and Bert, of course, pivotal as they are, you also had to have the perfect Mr. and Mrs. Banks. David Tomlinson and Glynis Johns, both from Britain, were brought in to play those roles. And David Tomlinson especially was important because he was the linchpin around whom the entire story, as adapted by the Sherman Brothers, Bill Walsh, Don DeGrady, and Walt Disney, that story really revolved around Mr. Banks. And Tomlinson knew how very important this role was and would be to his career. In fact, his autobiography, as you can see there, was very much all about his role as Mr. Banks and how it impacted his life in the aggregate. So it was not lost on the cast of this film just how important it was going to be. But there was happiness all around on Cherry Tree Lane during 1963 when it was being filmed. They had so much fun, the rushes were great, people were anticipating everything wildly, and Walt very famously commented that he was getting nervous. No one else at the studio was nervous, and that was usually not the case. Usually Walt was calm, and everyone at the studio thought that they were going to lose all their money on Walt's next crazy scheme. So Walt said, suppose they've actually decided that I do know what I'm talking about. Even his brother Roy was happy with Mary Poppins and didn't have any qualms about spending the money that it would take to make it perfect. And on August 27th of 1964 at Grauman's Chinese Theater in Hollywood, P.L. Travers was there, the author. Rapturous reviews led to 13 Oscar nominations with 6 wins, 6 Academy Awards, including Best Actress for Julie Andrews. Mary Poppins was the biggest thing that had ever happened to the Walt Disney Studio and specifically to Walt Disney himself as a filmmaker.